Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about the demonic oracle boards that the order released yesterday. Since its release, we've had a lot of people very curious and very interested in what they are and had a lot of questions about them. Now, if you've seen it, you might confuse it with like a spirit board or a Ouija board. And I suppose in some ways it's similar, but it is very different, especially in the entities that are meant to be contacted and how it's used. So a demonic spirit or demonic oracle is strictly made to and has a lot of bindings and a lot of protections on it that will only allow you to make contact with the Royal Legion, which this is the top 90 demons in hell, and these are what most people know, or at least most of them are what most people know as to be the fallen angels. And so they have a very high moral code. They have much more power than anything else magically, or anyone else magically. And this is primarily who we deal with in demonic magic. We do also deal with the intermediary legion, but primarily we deal with the Royal Legion. And again, those are what you would see as being the fallen angels in the Bible. So, Ouija boards. So a Ouija board is typically used to contact dead spirits, and what happens so often, even though it was marketed to just be able to contact spirits and whatnot, and or I guess non-malevolent spirits. What happened was people would use this and not realize that it allowed permissions for lower demons to come into their home or attach to them. And so you've seen, I'm sure in movies, or you've seen, in books, or heard accounts of people, or even seen live YouTube videos where people will use a Ouija board or a spirit board and have things go completely awry in their home. And they would, you might see things flying, or you might have a horrible experience with a lower demon. So a lower demon, if you aren't familiar with demonic magic, a lower demon is a worker demon that works the hive. That's where people are punished, and often they will accompany their masters, or the royals, if there's any kind of assignments or anything to do out here. And they get lost a lot, and they end up on the astral, and that is when you are using any form of like a Ouija board or different things to do necromancy or contact the other side, where you are kind of like shining a beacon into the astral. You're unknowingly giving permission for a lower that is lost and that that is seeking an energy source to come through. And they are lower demons have no soul. And whether people realize it or not, royals do. And royals have a renewable energy source, and they're okay. Like, they can make it back and forth, but a worker demon, a lower demon, cannot, and they don't want to work in the hive, and they need a constant source of energy. And they're not necessarily malevolent all the time, but they will do anything to get energy. When they are away from their royal or they're lost, they panic, and they will attach to something, anything, to get energy. And the way they get energy out of you is they try to, they might scare you or try to cause you to fight with someone, or anything to get your energy revved up. Is what they're attempting to do, so they can kind of suck off of it and drain it. We stay away from lowers, like in demonic magic, or at least high Luciferian magic. We do not want anything to do with lower demons, and therefore we have a lot of safeties and protections in our magic and in our products, so that we do not end up having to do anything with use lower demons. All of your spirit boards, your Ouija boards, anything like that on the market, nowadays or any time previously does not have the correct blessings and rituals done over them to prevent this from happening. So the way that demons work, or way anything magically works, is that all it needs is your permission to come in, and then it will. Sometimes you might, so on the astral plane, you'll have lost spirits. You'll have to see spirits. You might have royals walking around. You might have angels walking around. You might have, which is much less likely. They really don't mess around too much out there. But, and you might have lower demons walking around. Again, they're not always malevolent. They just need energy, and they are desperate. So it's like a drowning person. They might accidentally drown someone else who was around just so they can like get a breath of air, and it's not always done with the intention of hurting them. It's just that they are so desperate for energy and have none apart from their master, and that's what ends up happening. The reason that the demonic oracle boards were made was by Luciferians, who were concerned because the more and more popular, now that it's becoming more mainstream, the more popular it's getting, you get a lot of people who don't necessarily have the one-on-one communication all the time with either an order member or someone that can speak on demonic magic with real authority. And they might try other means of communicating with demons to get the results that they want. So people will do this by doing readings, which is, fine in most instances. Hopefully you're getting a reading done only by somebody who's familiar with dark magic or demonic magic, so that they don't mistake dark energy for bad energy. Dark or black or energy is not bad, and not all the time, at least. And so people will go and do that, or they'll go through other ways of divination. And lately they've been using Ouija boards, even though we've told people not to, like absolutely do not. And they've been getting, some people will get unfavorable outcomes that are very, scary. And we don't want that. We're wanting to prevent that. And we see a lot of people in magic doing that. And, before coming to us and learning the proper way to contact demons, which should only usually be in demonic evocation or invocation. And that should only be done using our methods. We know what we're talking about. We are very skilled in this field. And when people mix magic or go and use alternative means to do divination, they run into trouble. And the demonic oracle was made. It took a very long time to get it just right and get the rituals done just right, to make sure that there were protections on there to where you could get the answers that you were looking for without having to worry about a lower coming in or any other entity coming in. You don't want a poltergeist. You don't want dead spirits coming in. You want strictly to work with the Royal Legion, who is safe and who will not harm you. So a lot of people have been asking about the board, its limitations, and if it's safe. If it's safe, absolutely. So this board does not allow what many people know as a Zozo to come in. A Zozo is just kind of like a blanket term for a lower demon, and it absolutely will not allow them to come in. So this will strictly give you direct access to the Royal Legion, and and you will be able to communicate with them straightforward from there. If a lot of people ask, oh, well, I have children or things like that, is that going to harm them or hurt them? Absolutely not. I myself, even though I know how to banish a lower, I know how to banish just about anything, block any kind of curse, whatever, I still refuse to get into a room with a Ouija board. Like because I don't want the headache, and I don't bring one into my home. I don't mess around with anything like that. my own children are young, but and they have no idea about the magic I do or anything like that. And not because I find it dangerous, or not, I find it wrong that they would know about magic. It's just that me personally, I believe that children should find out about religion at a time when they have the understanding between right and wrong, and they have the choice, and they can understand the stories that are taught and what is being taught to them, and they have the opportunity to decide if it's right for them based on their own consent and their own will. So like if they ever wanted to get into magic, it would only be for me, it would only be if it was their choice, but like I said, like I keep my magical practices away from them, especially at this age, and I take magic very seriously, and I'm very careful about what I do and what I bring into my home. And the demonic oracle is something I would, because I know that I've seen firsthand the experimentations done on it, and I've seen firsthand all the work that has gone to it and into it, and all the protections that have gone into it. There's no fear of bringing anything malevolent or dangerous into my home. To be around your family, absolutely. Like I make very sure that my own home life is extremely, extremely positive and healthy and non-dangerous. So you can definitely use this board in your home. We ask that only consenting adults use this, and as we believe that all magic should be done by consenting adults, and you don't, like I said, you don't have to worry about the dangers that come with a typical Ouija or spirit board. A lot of people make their own spirit boards. Again, these are going to be made without protections and without the rituals that are needed to make sure that they are safe. You are kind of like a flashing beacon on the astral for anything and everything to come through. And the way that a lower will typically work is that they will claim to be something non-threatening so they can worm their way in. And, so a lot of people are like, oh, I use my spirit board just fine. Or I use my Ouija board just fine because I know how to use things, I know how to banish. Let me tell you something. Any human does not have, in any form, I don't give a shit if you are saying, oh, in Jesus' name I pray, get out of my, no, fuck that. Nothing has the power to get rid of, no human has the power to get rid of a lower. And it is so impossibly hard to contact an angel or to contact God especially. And you do not want to be in the position of being face-to-face with a lower. So I just do not recommend ever using any type of other spirit board. If you're going to, which we cannot prevent, I absolutely recommend using the demonic oracle. The demonic oracle is going to have the ritual in place, and it's also going to have the protections in place in case anything does go awry. And by awry, I don't mean like scary, but the fact is that when people do tend to make contact with a demon for the first time, it does scare them a bit, and it makes them nervous because suddenly everything's just very real. So if things have gotten a little too real for you, and you need it to stop, we have the barrier closing spell that will come with the board, and that way, you can put an immediate stop to it and just kind of close that portal. Again, you can use the demonic oracle strictly to contact the demon that you want, and you are able to answer ask questions and get direct answers. Now, a lot of people have said, can you contact the dead? Can you do invocations? No, you cannot do an invocation using these. This is not that at all. You're strictly asking a question and getting an answer back. Like evocations, which are different from invocations, but evocations are usually a ritual done to make contact with a demon, and typically you do a petition where you ask them for something. This is very much like an evocation. Sometimes they'll answer, sometimes they won't. If you don't get an answer, just try again a little bit later. That demon might be busy at that time. But more often than not, every experimentation, we were getting incredibly fast answers, and we're asking things that only they would be able to answer. So everything was very safe. You don't have to worry about, again, your house being haunted, your kids being hurt, your pets being harmed, or being possessed. That is something you never want to deal with either. If you've ever seen one, it's terrifying. Again, those are done by lower demons. But again, there is a spell of protection that will be included with the board. And these were made by the order to, or commissioned by the order to be made to make sure that there was tools available for people to do demonic magic properly and to not get themselves in trouble. If you've gotten the introduction to demonic magic, if you've gotten any other tools from the order, then you know just how high quality they are. These boards are extremely high quality, and the price point that they are at, even though they're $99, it is not a money maker. These boards cost so much to be made that they really honestly should have probably been priced around $300 to $400. But a cash grab wasn't the reason that they were invented. The reason they were invented is so that you can make safe communication with the other side, with demons, for people who wanted to do demonic magic. Do not use this board if you are mixing magic. Do not use this board if you're not serious about the path. Don't buy it if you're like some little article writer and whatnot. You're going to insult your demon, and they're not going to pay attention to you. They're not going to answer you. So this tool is strictly meant for people who are very much on this path and who are very interested in following this path, and it is not recommended for people who are not faithful or not serious. This was made very much out of love and interest of your protection and your safety. And I recommend it as a tool for divination, or a tool for asking questions to your demon that you maybe weren't able to otherwise. Maybe you're not successful at evocation, you don't have the time, or you don't have the privacy to do one, but you're able to get answers to your questions very quickly using the demonic oracle. So again, it is $99, and you get it at theorderofdarkarts.com. And we appreciate you, and we are here. If you have any other questions, you can join us at the Order of Dark Arts Facebook group. Many people, I have like 22,000 followers on my Facebook for whatever reason, but I wish they would all subscribe to YouTube. But many people follow me there and ask me questions there too, and that's fine. But if you have any questions, let us know. You can ask down below. You can ask me. You can ask our group. I have an entire mod team that is extremely knowledgeable and is there to help, and is there to answer any questions that you have. We also have the books. Before getting the board, I recommend you getting the Introduction to Demonic Magic. That will keep away a lot of your questions. Or not keep away, but it will answer a lot of your questions. I've written the Wealth Magic Mastery book, Seduction Mastery book, Occult Warfare, the Potions book, and the Invocation book is just about to be released. So is the Book of Quran's. So there's a lot of tools. My husband is also a demonic magic expert, and he wrote Demonic Alchemy. But again, the book that you need to start out with is Introduction to Demonic Magic, and I recommend you starting there, getting to know your demon, finding out the demons you want to make contact with, and then using the Demonic Oracle board. Again, if you have a Ouija board, or if you have a spirit board, trash it. Sorry, that's just my opinion. Some people say they've used them successfully. I have seen their abilities, and I've seen things that have happened, and again, I am an absolute expert in my field as far as demonic magic goes. And even though I really don't have many fears at all when it comes to magic or being hurt by magic, those scare me because it's just a headache I do not want to deal with at all. And I don't want to expose, my family to anything dangerous. So I don't Again, I don't mess with like Ouija boards, but the demonic oracle board is something that is absolutely safe and is a very well-made, high-quality tool for contacting demons, or at least the demons of the Royal Legion. You cannot contact intermediary demons, even though they're safe too, but we do not use that board for that. The royal demons have the highest moral code and will absolutely abide by the rules of the board. So that is all you can contact through there. And I'm very thrilled and I'm very excited to see the results that people have from it. It is an extremely well-made board. It is beautiful. It's a work of art. And we look forward to hearing from all of you what you think of it when you receive it. A lot of people have opinions of it before they actually get it. We recommend you getting the board in your hands and trying it out, and then letting us know what you think. Anyway, I love all of you, and I wish all of you well in your magical journeys, and I will see you around.